Now, what are the costs associated with buying a home? How much money can you expect to be coming out of your bank account in order to achieve home ownership? Now, this number could look very, very different for everybody. So this is a very brief overview and kind of an average around the industry of what typically people spend on buying a home. So it's important that you talk to your real estate agent and your mortgage lender to see exactly how this looks like for you. But now let's get into it. So the first thing that I want to mention is that a lot of people don't know is that you can get a home for as little as zero money down. Yes, you heard that right, zero money down. That is an option that is out there. And again, talk to your real estate agent and see how that's possible. But usually a good percentage that I like to tell people is to budget anywhere between 3 to 5% for a down payment. Now that's just a good number in a ballpark that you should have. It can be a little bit less, it can be more. And again, that's why it's important for you to contact your realtor or your mortgage lender so they can give you more about what that looks like for you. Now, what are some other costs that are associated? Well, you're gonna have an inspection, you're gonna have an appraisal. Now, typically each one of those can be around $500, so I would budget for another $1,000 on top of that. Now, sometimes with the inspection, it can be a little bit more in depth where you're gonna need to look over things like termites, AC, radon, and all of those can be add-ons where it can be another couple $100 as well. So let's just say $1,500 total. Now, on top of that, you're also gonna incur what's called closing costs. Now, this is different from your down payment. It is the cost to close on the home. Now, typically these costs are a bill to the buyer, but if you have a savvy agent, we can actually get the seller to pay for a lot of these costs. So it puts a little bit more money back in your pocket. Now, good rule of thumb that I would say is that closing costs can be anywhere between 2 to 3%. I would budget for 3% on the high end. Now, what are some of the fees that are associated with this? Well, your mortgage fees, your title fees, your escrow fees, and even upfront financing fees. Now, yes, it's just as simple as that. So to summarize it, you're gonna have your down payment that can be anywhere between 3 to 5%. You're gonna have your appraisal, your inspection, and then you're also gonna have your closing costs. So what I would say roughly is budget anywhere between 7 to 10% would be a safe amount based on the purchase price that you're actually thinking about when it comes to buying a home. Now, it is very important to note that there is no right or wrong answer here. I would say that on average, people would typically spend around 5%. Some people are okay with putting a heavier down payment because they want a lower monthly payment. And some people just want to keep as much money as possible in their pocket. This is why I say the most important thing to note is to talk to your real estate agent and figure out what's most important to you is to have more money in your pocket or have a lower monthly payment. But only you can know the answer to that. Now, with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video.